April 17th, 2014, Lynnwood, Washington, United States shop. I'm here with Conrad Nark, John O'Connell, Alex Schnapp, Justine Villanueva. I'm close, okay. And earlier today we had George and Hafiz and Tim. I don't remember their last names right now. What we got done today was Tim assembled industrial shelving there, and then Justine moved industrial shelving there and there. So we're setting up Bay 3 to be storage. And then John O'Connell, with some help from Alex and a lot of aid from Conrad, awesome, assembled our modular steering knuckles. This has the front caliper on it. It's mounted to the brake rotor. And there's the modular steering knuckle assembly with the correct Ackerman angle and steering arm angle for front steer. And they tested it with a wheel from Alex's RSX out there, the headlights, which he also did a repair job on. He replaced the driver's side rear hub. Then George did an inventory on all our CPUs. He counted up that we have 22 and checked which one have Ubuntu Linux installed on them already and which one have no OS. And then Hafiz researched Scrum project management and did a 5-minute presentation on what he was able to learn about Scrum in one day. And then Mohammed researched building a cluster of Ubuntu computers to have distributed parallel processing, and he did a 5-minute presentation on that and then made a backlog on what to do to build those. Then, yes, and then Justine and Conrad did research on what it takes to detonate airbags and the signal that they receive in order to detonate, and did a 5-minute presentation on that. In fact, it was a little less than 5, and created a list of footnotes of where they got that information. The purpose of that is so that we can build our own airbag computer using OEM impact sensors and OEM airbags, but we have control of the airbag deployment strategy, so we can incorporate that in our cars as an open source electronics component. What did I maybe forget, guys? Okay, I'll pan across the backlog. We used Carica for all of that today, and Arun, the owner of the company of Carica, came by and worked on having cards send an update to everybody on the Team WIKISPEED mailing list. Gosh, that's pretty much what we wrecked. There's probably another few small things, but I have to look at Carica to see. Guys, if you were giving a tip to someone somewhere in the world who is doing what you did today, what would it be? Conrad, I'll start with you. If someone was doing a modular steering knuckle or a research for a WIKISPEED task, what would you recommend to them?
For the steering, I don't have any recommendations.
For airbag research, what search terms seem to work well?
I'm trying to think back a little bit.
Yeah, that was like hours ago.
Come back to me. Basically, things about how to deploy an airbag outside of a car, how to deploy an airbag without a crash, airbag prank, things of that along those nature.
Totally, is what started to get some information.
Yes,
awesome.
Along those lines.
John, I noticed that you had washers that were too small and you started to ream them out to match the metric 12mm nuts, and then you ended up finding larger washers. What tip would you give to someone who has to deal with that? They need to slide a bolt that's too large through a washer.
Alright, well, what I ended up doing was getting out of the washing and clamping it on a vise that's bolted to a table, and I was able to drill a larger hole, using a larger drill bit, slightly larger than the hole, and getting it. It took a while, and got some smoke and.
Probably the drill bit was moving a little too fast. I heard you say you made smoke.
Too, so it just takes a while. But yeah, I just got each steady with it. But yeah, I ended up finding bigger washers that actually worked out very well in terms of the spacing that we needed to. So
awesome.
So that always feel a lot easier than trying to drill,
And drilling through steel takes a lot longer than drilling through aluminum, and we're spoiled because we're used to working with aluminum here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, John. Alex, you replaced your hub. What tip would you give to someone replacing their hub on a Civic or Acura modern?
The caliper apart.
Don't take the caliper apart. Leave the caliper in place, but unbolt it from the hub so you can slide it off. And then you had to tap or use a metal chisel to get a dome off the hub.
Yeah, use a chisel or something.
And you were able to separate the hub cover and access the axle bolt. Well, I guess there's no axle back there, but the hub bolt.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other tip that you would think of?
No,
maybe don't do it when it's raining.
Yeah, don't do it.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's totally raining tonight. Rock. Justine, you did research and then even started a soldering task, but I couldn't find the electronic circuit board to solder on. But what tips would you give for someone doing research like that or moving around shop inventory?
Moving around shop inventory, get someone strong. Don't be 5 feet tall.
You totally did it though. You're
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh, if something's heavy at the top, put it back on the shelves at the bottom so it's easier when you reorganize it. That's a good tip.
Awesome.
And for airbags, I don't know. Keywords, airbag,
That worked out.
triggered,
Yeah?
deployed.
Those worked?
Yeah.
Okay, what keywords didn't work if you can remember?
Elephants.
I don't know. I was logical about them, so I didn't search like cookies.
Right. So you hit pretty good search terms at the start. Right on, guys. Thanks.